going on, YouTube? Just checking in with you guys. Checking in with y'all. Just giving a little update. Sitting here in Weatherford, Texas. Hometown. This is where I'm from. Not from, but this is where I live. Freaking truck's dead. Doesn't look good. I'm just leasing a guy on it. We just finished up his paperwork and went, my truck's dead. So he's giving me a jump. He's pretty cool. Cool dude. Another Army cat. And so mutual respect there. Got everybody booked and loaded today. Got about 4 trucks running right now. Hectic. Booking myself, and then I've got a load I've got to go get, but it's only 20 miles, and his load's only 20 miles away from pickup. They close at 5. It's 12 right now. I mean, we got time, so just fiddling with this, man. Just giving y'all an update, man. Everything's running good so far. A lot of unexpected expenses in running your own trucking business. That's one thing a lot of people don't tell you. Definitely have some cash saved up. Definitely have some cash stacked. There will be like some random expenses that, you know, you're really not gonna be prepared for. A lot of rising costs. Another thing people don't tell you, you know, when you add people under your authority and your insurance and you're new, like, it's gonna go up pretty much double your freaking monthly payment. If somebody's got something different, let me know for sure. That's what I'm experiencing. So I may be having to do an insurance switch because that's ridiculous, you know. It's a lot. But that's what I'm dealing with right now. So far, loads are pretty crappy. Go over and check out Make Sense's videos. It's Make Sense. Old boy over there, he does a lot of DAT videos. I think he's sponsored by them. He does like a lot of seminars and stuff, but he does a lot of videos on rates around the country. And if you like, share, and subscribe, and you give a recommendation like, hey, check this place out, I'm pretty sure he's gonna like, hey, yeah, I'll check out Cleveland, Ohio, or what are you running? Usually he does a lot of dry van. He's doing a lot of power onlys too, and I know he owns a dry van. He does some flatbed up on request. It's not, you know, it's not all the time he does it, but he does do it. But yeah, seriously, check that guy out. He'll definitely tell you where the lanes are, help you see where the lanes are, and then really it's just you hopping in and figuring it out yourself. What works for you may not work for me. I need minimum, all my guys, to make any money, we need like somewhere about $2 a mile minimum. Sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. It's just hit or miss. Usually we're doing pretty good right now, staying down south. Not really Texas. Coming out of Texas, yes, it's decent. Really the south is pretty decent. You got a lot of the snowbirds coming down, and then sometimes we'll hop up into Illinois, Ohio, you know, even though it's snowing up there. Those guys, a lot of people don't want to chain, strap, tarp. That's where the money's at. They're going to be paying you like $3 a mile because there ain't nobody that wants to be up there running flatbed right now. So it's definitely not for the faint of heart. But, you know, if you're about it and you're about your money, you're going to do what you got to do, you know, to make the bills and bring the paper in. So just keep that in mind, y'all. Let me see. What else I was going to say? There was a bunch of stuff I wanted to say. I'm just kind of on here giving y'all an update. I know I'm rarely on here. I'm just kind of in and out. Oh, I got a lot of you guys, a lot of y'all talking about Oilfield. I know I don't got a plethora of experience, but I've got enough to say what it's about. If you're gonna do Oilfield right now, it's better to invest in some money. Don't get your own trailer. I take that back. If you have a deal and you could buy a trailer outright, do it, because a lot of these people out here in the Oilfield, especially who I was leased on with, like, they were taking 10% straight up off of my gross. I did the math on that. You know, it came out to like $2,000, and you can find people renting pneumatic trailers. It doesn't have to be pretty, as long as it holds sand, it holds pressure, and you could blow down. You know, $600 a month. You take care of your tire, just watch your tire wear, and it's a lot of those pneumatic trailers. You can find them without split axles, so they're not going to chew up your tires as much. It's going to be a little rougher of a ride. You know, it's going to be a lot more strain on your truck, but if you can find one without a split axle, you're going to save some tires, a little bit of tire wear. But you're going to save more money in your pocket, and after a couple months, you can start replacing tires after you stacked up some money, or just go ahead and replace them all. That's your biggest worry. That's your biggest wear out there in the oil fields. It's tires. You'll chew through some tires out there. I'll tell you what. It's rough. But get you a blower. I thought sandbox was where it's at. It depends on when they're hitting and how they're hitting. Sometimes you can gross more, sometimes you can't. I found that pneumatic was legit. You run less, you run at weird hours, but you only do like maybe 2 loads compared to sandbox. I was doing like 24 hours at least. I was doing like 24 hours in 1 week. Like, I would probably only get like maybe in 1 week, 7 days, I'd probably maybe get like 30 hours of sleep. Like, no joke. Free time, all that. Showers, get rid of the. Just don't even think about a shower. Like, you don't have time. If you're about it and you're really doing it right, you don't have time. And you're by yourself anyway, so who cares what you smell like? And all these guys know we live in these trucks, so it's going to be rough. That's my secret to you. I'm giving you another tip. Don't live in that truck stop. Don't go to the truck stop unless you need to get gas. Gas, and maybe something sweet, but really, go to the grocery store once a week. Get your groceries, save some money, get to the truck stop whenever you need gas, because I guarantee you everybody's going to be in the truck stop. Everybody's going to be stacked up. Sleep by the well or sleep at the sand plant. I was fortunate enough with a couple of companies I knew pretty much, hey, I'm going from Balmoria, Texas. All right, cool. So I know that I'm either going to be pulling out of Van Horn or I'm pulling out of Kermit. So that's where I'd place my truck at, either around Van Horn, Kermit. If it's a little more further west, on the outskirts of Balmoria, going toward Kiosa, correct me if I'm wrong. It's between 20 and 10 going into San Antonio, going toward Fort Stockton. It's right over there before you get to that big hill pull on west. Anyways, there's a little gas station out there. Sometimes I'd sleep there. I'd hit there. It was pretty... I really went for, because it was convenient, there wasn't a lot of trucks there and I could get gas. So I kind of like running Van Horn and back. Pecos, between Pecos and Kermit, it's just crowded, man. Just freaking crowded. But right there at Kermit, where you exit from coming from Pecos or either way, there's a little Shell gas station, and they have a grocery store there. It's in the middle of nowhere, right there in Kermit, or on the outside of Kermit, right there. And if you've gotten sand going down Kermit, going to the back way, all those sand plants, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. They usually have cheaper diesel, and they have a grocery store. So some people's cards can't take them, but I mean, if your card can take it, that's definitely the route to go. They've got gas and they've got groceries. You can do it all in once. And they actually have fresh produce like apples and bananas and stuff, and like avocados and onions, tomatoes. Like, they have the whole shebang. They have the whole 9 yards. You get you a good coffee, some coffee. You get even some lights, some little tools to work on your truck, filters. Like, they're pretty darn legit. And you know, if you want a decent meal, they have a little Mexican restaurant, and they have a Western skillet. So in a Subway. I try to stay away from that. I cooked in my truck. I got an APU, so I cook in my truck, and I just keep it pushing, y'all. So that's my tip for y'all. If y'all want to wear in West Texas, email me, and I will definitely reach out to you. It's chrisluce91@gmail. CHRISLUCE91@gmail. Email me if you have any tips or questions, comments, concerns. We're not getting in the oil field. Loose leaf transport ain't getting in the oil field right now. We had some trucks that we were running out there, and like the rates took a crap. The company that we had a contract through, they lost a contract. So like, it was a really sweet deal. Like, they were giving us like 95% of the load, and like, I was still running on my own authority and stuff like that. And I had my $5 million coverage access liability insurance. It's expensive. Like, and you got to pay that up front. There's no financing on that. So you got to drop like 7-8 racks. So keep that in mind. It's expensive. They'll give it to you, but it's for a year though. So you got to drop that, and I think you got to like, it goes like, it's like $2,000 for every truck, if I remember right. So we dropped like 15 racks on some insurance. It was rough, but it's all good. We paid it. We got our money back, and we just had some crazy drivers. They lost that contract, and we were doing, each truck was grossing like $7,000-8,000 a week. We had 4 trucks out there, not the ones that we have now, but we were running sandbox. We had 4 trucks, so I mean, we were doing pretty darn good. And we were giving the drivers 80%. We were keeping 15. We were getting paid every week. There's no factoring, so it wasn't bad for us. And then they still paid their part of the insurance. But when they dropped that massive contract, I'm not going to say who, they dropped that contract, it just went to crap. It was not worth it. And I told the guys, I was like, hey man, we got to pull out. I got to pull out. It's not worth it. Y'all are spinning your wheels. Y'all are going into debt. So loosely transport was good. We made our money. You always keep that in mind. Your business comes first. This is business. It's not, I love you, you love me. It's business. So when your business looks like it's about to start making money, you got to make a move. All right. Indecision leads to failure. Even if it's a bad decision, it's still a decision. So make sure you try to make smart decisions that protects your business as much as possible. So that's just another tip for you guys. Yeah, it just got bad. We had to pull out. So that's the tip. That's really a lot of the advice that I can give you guys trying to go in the oil field. It's It's all right. It'll beat you up. You're gone a lot. It's boring out there. You will make, there is some money to be had out there if you know what you're doing and you're with the right company or you got the right contract. Contracts are where it's at. A lot of I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're trying to come in and you're trying to drive your own, drive another person's truck, don't do it. If you're going to do it, to be honest with you, if you're going to do it, get your own rig. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be the prettiest freaking Peterbilt. Like, I got a 2015 Pete. It doesn't need to be a 2015 Pete. It doesn't need to be all big and pretty. All right? Because your truck's going to get banged up. Like Bessie. My wife calls her Big Red, but her name, I call her Bessie. Bessie took a pounding out there. She took a pounding. All right? But she's good. She's a trooper. She held up, and we got her out, and now we're over the road. And believe it or not, I'm home a lot more, and I'm making about the same money. You know, I'm making about the same money, and I'm home a lot more, so I can see my kids. I don't have to be out for 3 or 4 weeks at a time making money. So it works out. It works out for me. It works for me. It may not work for everybody else, but it works for me. So I can't really complain. But definitely, if you're going to do it, run your own truck. If not, try to lease on with a company, like a legit company, not like an owner-op. Those guys are shady. They call them turn and burns. So what they'll do is they'll get you in for a month. They got to hold your check for a week. Or some of them, it's like hold your check for 3 weeks, and then they hold your check for another week after that, and then they fire you. Well, wait, you just drove for this dude for a month, so where's my money? And then they'll make up some bullshit. I'm not joking. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen, and I talked to a dude that did it, and I was like, dude, what's wrong with you? Why would you do that to someone? Well, that's how you gotta do it. And then he's got plenty of people, you know, that are so eager to get in the oil field, and I'm gonna work for this owner-operator. I'm gonna make $1,500 a week, and I don't have to run that hard. And then you get burnt. You get burnt. Don't do that. I don't care how honest they are. Just don't do it. When we did it, we leased on owner-ops. Gave them a percentage. Decent percentage. It was livable. Owner-ops. Owner-ops are going to take care of their trucks. Be an owner-op. Owner-operator is going to take care of the truck and really be your own company. To be honest with you, that's just me. That's just me talking. These big carriers, man, I don't know. They're cool. I don't want to feel like I'm a piece of meat, a number, you know? I just run my own I just run my own stuff. So, excuse my language. That's just me. Run for an owner-op. Don't run for an owner-op. Run for a company or get your own rig. Find your own contract if you got your own authority. If not, lease onto a decent company. If you email me, I'll recommend a couple of companies to you that are legit. And also legit for company drivers. And legit for owner-operators. Because there's some that aren't good for owner-operators that hire company drivers. And there's some company driving jobs that aren't good for, you know, vice versa. You know what I mean? So just email me and I'll spit some knowledge to you. It's all good. It's all love. It's all sharing of knowledge. Excuse my voice. This weather here in Texas took a turn and I caught a little throat cold. So I'm going through puberty over here, but I'll be all right. I'm gonna sign out. I gotta go get this dang load. It's going down to Houston. Got some business I gotta see down there, some family. So I'm signing out. Remember, a dream without action is merely a dream. A dream without action is merely a dream. Keep that in mind, y'all. Y'all stay frosty.